going, everybody? Leveling Diecast. Thanks for joining our special showcase today. We do like to bring different stuff to the channel, stuff that's not mainstream, not the latest and greatest, not the hottest, most wanted stuff, but we like to bring stuff that is core diecast collecting from all eras. Tonka got their own line. Yes, Tonka got their own line from Maisto. Maisto did license the Tonka brand from Hasbro, so they didn't own them. This is just a licensed collaboration, so bring Tonka down to the micro scale, so to speak. There are 50 models in the mix. One of 50 right here. We're going to go through all 50, fill up the whole entire studio, just jam it full of vehicles and all that good stuff like that. There is the mix on the back, all 50 vehicles, and yes, there's even a collector's chase piece. Big Mike, we do have Big Mike. We'll take a look at that at the very, very end. 1999, of course, was the year. Tonka being a trademark of Hasbro. So we're going to start off with this one right here. These cards are a little bit bigger than standard Hot Wheels cards. So just pointing that out. And then when this set first came out, it wasn't necessarily intended to be a Series 1, but they ended up doing 6 series of diecast vehicles through this Tonka branding, this Tonka licensing. Each one being 50 until I think it got to series number 5, which was only 25 cars, and I believe Series 6 was also only 25 cars. But they did start out with 50 cars, so let's get right into this with our first one. Mighty Dump number 1 of 50. And of course, it is the good old Tonka dump truck. And it is just like the original dump truck, where the dump is, not the original one, but kind of the more modern take, where the dump is metal, but the rest of it is pretty much plastic. Utilizes those very, very cool Tonka wheels on there. Look very, very cool. Even have the little MB978, little XMB978 marking on there. Looks like good. It does dump as you'd expect. Again, the dump part is metal. The rest of this casting is plastic. It is relatively hollow underneath. It's a pretty faithful representation of the source material. Shockingly, that is a sticker, and that's not printed. This is printed, but that is a sticker, which is very, very interesting. So we'll throw our dump truck up there for numero uno. He's a little bit off the screen, but that's okay because we're going to fill this up. Number 2, rolling through, Mighty Graater. Yes, Mighty Graater, based on a Tonka model as well. Get this one cracked out of here. This one does not have any moving features. It doesn't do anything with the blade, but you can steer the wheels. So it's enough. It's enough. Utilizes those same cool wheels. You know, if this was the real one, there'd be a steering thing back here so you could steer with it. Of course, it'd be way, way bigger than this one. But this one looks pretty good. This one looks pretty good. Again, all the yellow you see is metal, so it's a decent amount of metal on this particular casting, and they're nice and wide. It's a pretty good looking one. Pretty faithful representation, I will say, in the 3-inch line, as they kind of call it. All right, number 3 of 50, 1956 pickup. Looking pretty cool. Again, a Tonka based casting. Looking very, very cool. This one is very interesting because it's just a big chunk of metal, basically. Tonka toys on the side in the old school Tonka logo. Even says Tonka embossed in the back. The original style of Tonka font. Looks good. But again, this is just one metal piece. Just one sculpted piece of metal. So it's, again, supposed to be representation of the source material. I think they're doing a pretty good job. And don't worry, it's not all going to be Tonka stuff. A lot of these are just regular Maisto castings. All right, number 4 of 50. There is your 1949 dump. Yes, from 1949. Absolutely. This one has some proprietary wheels on it. This one is very interesting because this one just feels so light in the hand. This one's opposite of the other dump truck. The dump section is actually plastic. The top part of this is plastic, but the base is metal. So not a whole lot of metal in this one, but it does have proprietary wheels on there. Little skinny, interesting looking wheels. Again, representation of the source material. Original Tonka logo in the back. Just basic features, basic moving features. Doesn't have the little opening flap in the back. But that's cool. That's cool. Put that in there. All right, moving into regular Maisto casting, front end shovel. This one is number 5 of 50. Again, these are going to be very familiar castings to anybody who collects Maisto. This is a okay one. This does have a moving bucket, but it doesn't dump. But at least it gets one little moving motion to it. A little bit of details on the side. It says, I think it says Tonka City up there. A little bit of silver print right there. Otherwise, just regular green Nothing fancy with the base. Just called a tractor shovel. Not a very good casting. Very, very low key. Very cheap. Very budgeted. But it's okay. Number 6 of 50. Moving on to some airport action. This is your LAX Command Truck. Yes, Los Angeles Airport, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's LAX, but there you go. So it says crash tender on the top. Looks pretty good. Unit number 14. Rescue Company utilizes the cool wheels on there. I always loved these Maisto wheels. I think they're the best wheels ever. Does have a piece that goes up and down. And then it does, I think does it rotate? No, it's fixed. Just goes up and down. That's better than nothing, though. It's better than nothing. It looks pretty good. It's pretty realistic. Again, this is from a different era of Maisto, this particular casting. And it's got a pretty good chunk of metal to it, which is pretty nice. Ooh, is it going to fit? Ooh, man. Ooh, barely fits in there with that extended boom piece. All right, number 7 of 50. Yes, you got to have a rescue vehicle, rescue for ambulance. This is rescue for ambulance for number 70. You guys are already getting an idea of the type of stuff we're going to see here. Emergency response vehicle, lighting, air rescue, hazmat. It says Tonka Fire Department on the side. Looks pretty good. You'll recognize this casting. It's pretty much a complete ripoff of the Blackwell era one from Hot Wheels. Very interesting. They decided to give it opening doors with the rivet that goes right down the middle. Weird choice, but when you're ripping off another brand, it is what it is. It's what they did back in the day. They ripped off other brands. No big deal. You know, maybe Hot Wheels maybe even gave them that old tooling. Who knows? All right, number 8 of 50. This is your Storm Truck. Military stuck truck right here. It says Storm Truck. Not meant to be military, but it says Storm Truck on there. It says storm as in storms, El Nino, storm relief. Looks pretty good. Kind of a deuce and a half. This one does have a removable little section on the back. Just pops off. Very, very cool. Very cool details behind the cab. A very, very cool military truck from Maisto. They made some really, really good deco ones with this for the military stuff. So there you go. It is the M823A1 Bigfoot. Is the actual name for it. So this is an actual licensed casting, even though they don't call it that on the Tonka one, because they want to call it whatever they want, whatever's cool. All right, number 9 of 50, keeping it rolling, cement mixer. Yes, you're going to have a cement mixer in your city. So number 9 brings us the cement mixer. Looking okay. It does have cement mixer is dumpable, which is interesting, but the barrel also rotates, which is definitely realistic. Tonka construction on the side, just the basic cab over truck, nothing particularly fancy with it. That's perfectly fine. I don't think this one will fit. Ooh-wee. Even I got to second guess myself. That one actually fits relatively well. All right, number 10 of 50, Coast Guard Hilo. Not a big fan of helicopters and flying things. This one looks pretty good, though. The deco's kind of cool, the way that they have Coast Guard on there, and it's kind of like your heartbeat or whatever. It's kind of cool. That's a separate piece for the tail fin. Of course, it's got the prototypical blade set up like every helicopter does for most do, where it's the dual blades, although this one seems to be riveted extremely tight. But you'd open that up, and it's just super, super tight, so it won't really spin on its own, but it does what you'd expect blades to do for a helicopter. Other than that, it's okay. So this is actually a MH60K Nighthawk. So this is back when, you know, Maisto was making some pretty cool licensed castings. So, you know what? It's a helicopter. We're just going to put it up out of the way. It's fine. It's fine. It's just a helicopter. All right, next one up, number 11 of 50, your Chevy Silverado. This is your 90s Chevy Silverado. Before the cat eye Silverado. Looks pretty good. This one has some flames and stuff on it. It's got the short bed with the extended cab. This one has suspension on it. It does. Got some suspension. Very, very cool. Details on the bottom. There you go. Used under license. Nothing particularly fancy. Been rubbing around in that blister for better part of 20 years. 20 plus years or so like that. So we'll put that guy up there. Number 12 of 50, keeping it rolling, our dog recovery van. Yes, this is for the pound. It is pretty much a SWAT truck. But this one's for the pound. You know, come save your dog. It says dog on the side, dog recovery, caution, watch for loose dogs, DCOA, dog, something. Not really sure what the DCOA stands for. It doesn't really particularly say. It's a cool casting. There's no opening doors on the back, but it's all right. It just says search truck on the bottom. It's a SWAT truck, but it just says search truck. I do like the silver. And of course, like a lot of Maisto stuff, some of these don't have interiors in them, in case you're curious. Number 13 of 50, your Mercedes SUV. This is the ML Class in green. Look, a little bit of Tonka on the side. This one also has very, very cool suspension. These are actually a two-piece wheel. So that center hub is a separate piece. One of the coolest wheels Maisto ever used. Really wish they still used that wheel. It was just a better era of Maisto, in my opinion, when they were making cooler stuff back then, when they weren't such penny pinchers. All right, moving on to number 41 of 50. Yes, we do have ourselves a front end loader. This is a tractor though. Tractor front end loader. They did do Tonka farm stuff as well. Maisto did some farm stuff as well. So this has a metal bucket, although the arms are plastic, but the bucket is metal. And then, of course, it does have the rubber tires, and they're kind of pressed on there, just like Ertls are. The rear tires are rubber and giant. There's a hitch in the back, and then just a roll bar in case you accidentally roll your tractor over. Hopefully, it will not injure you or kill you. But this one does dump pretty good. This is a pretty large model, so we already know that one's not going to fit, so we're just going to put that one right in the corner. We're going to need all the space that we can get. Number 15 of 50 are Baja Bug. Very, very cool. Very, very cool casting. Always love this one. This one also has suspension as well. Very, very, very cool suspension. Details on the side look pretty good. Tonka Racing basically has a little bit of extra piece in there for the exhaust in the back. Light blue window on this one. Does have an interior, but they get a little bit of extra print on there. A little bit of extra print on the hood. Nothing particular with the Dietz. Of course, it's made in China. It is what it is. I think Maistos have always been in China. I don't think they've ever come out of China. All right, number 16, moving back to an original Tonka. This one's the Mighty Crane with the scoop handle piece on the bottom. So this basic casting, the basic truck, is similar to that one. They use the same cab piece, but the base piece right here is a little bit different. This does rotate just like you'd expect. It does not go up or down, but it does rotate, and this moves back and forth, but it does not open. It is a fixed piece, but you do get quite a bit of decent movement out of it. You know, yellow up here is metal as well. This yellow is metal as well. Everything else is plastic. Sticker. It's okay. It's okay. Now this one, for a fact, will most definitely not fit. So we're just going to stick him here. We're going to have to be burying stuff as we go. All right, moving on to number 17. This is your MT towing truck. Just a rollback towing truck. Nothing particularly fancy. There are some licensed decos in this mix too. We'll get to those. So just MT towing on the side. There's a little bit of lift control on there. It's kind of cool. It's got some pretty good details on there. It's very, very similar to the ramp back black wall that Hot Wheels did, obviously. So they still love to copy them. They're a Chinese brand. You know, it is what it is. They were going to copy what was the best at the time for the most part, which is fine. All right, number 18 of 50. Yes, another Hot Wheels copy right here with the bus. This is Camp Tonkawa Bus. Yes, Tonkawa Bus. Because Tonka has their own camp, apparently. Camp Tonkawa. Kind of interesting. There's a little bit of print on the side. Kind of looks like wood a little bit, but then there's like I don't know, like cave paintings and stuff on there. It's kind of cool, actually. Kind of like that deco. That's kind of cool. So, again, based on a Hot Wheels casting, again, but not exactly, not a carbon copy, but pretty close, but the Ford bus. So, there is your bus. We'll throw the bus up there. All right, here's a pretty cool one. Number 19 of 50. This is your Preerunner, your Toyota Preerunner. A very, very cool casting. Oh, by the way, I didn't pay more than $1 for any of these. So at some point in time, somebody was charging $2, but all of these I paid 50 cents or $1 for. Just saying. So there is our Preerunner Toyota. Now Maisto has put some very, very cool decos on this. I think this one looks like a pretty cool deco, even though it's Tonka. Super suspension on this one. This one got like some of the most ridiculous suspension on it. So freaking cool. Details on the back, spare tire. It's got bumpers on it. They did release a version of this that had a tow hitch on it, which I think was very, very interesting. Toyota SR5 on the base, because of course this is a licensed casting, looking very, very good. Definitely deserves to be right in the center, because that is a very, very cool casting. All right, number 20 of 50, Chevy Caprice Sheriff. One of the coolest Caprices ever done. Was done by Maisto for sure. And they've done all the big hits on decos and stuff like that. This one happens to be generic. It's just Tonka County, which actually looks pretty good. I actually think this deco looks pretty good. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a K9 in a Caprice, but I'm sure they existed back then before they started using SUVs for everything. A little bit of print on the top, says Tonka County on the back as well. The light bar is very, very nice. The light bar alone is 3 pieces. So very, very cool. Chevy Caprice. Licensed casting, of course. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Still one of the best Caprices done in 1/64 scale, in my opinion. Just saying. All right, another Tonka original, number 21 of 50, your mighty backhoe. All the exact same as the other one we just looked at. This guy right down here to the right. The only difference is this has got the scoop piece on it. That's it. Everything else is exactly the same. Does all the same. Does the rotating and all that good stuff like that. It's just that one single piece. And it's just for aesthetics, really. It looks good. I mean, it's fine. It's cool seeing a Tonka truck in this scale. You know, this little tiny 3-inch scale. I just think that's kind of cool, but the functionality is just non-existent. All right, number 22 of 50, Party Supply Truck. That is a Mercedes-Benz van or Party Supply Truck. Doesn't say on there, just says van, but it's 100% Mercedes. They took the Mercedes logo off. You can see where they retooled to remove the logo. Right-hand drive on this one as well. Very, very cool. 555 PRTY, because we gotta. Birthdays, weddings, bar mitzvahs, baby showers, and more. Party supplies. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. See, this is original. We don't get like original decos like this anymore. I really feel like we don't. This was just cool original. This is one of the reasons why I want to do this showcase. All right, Bulldozer, just a standard Bulldozer, nothing particularly fancy. For number 23, this one in green. It's like National Forest green. It says turbocharged, aftercooled, diesel, not intercooled, aftercooled. XT5 on there. A little bit of black print for the engine detail. The blade does not move, but it does have actual rubber treads, which is nice. They rotate very, very well. It's a good casting. It's a good casting. It's a decent casting. I think we'll put that one on the bottom. It's a little bit bigger. All right, number 24 of 50, our Ocean Gear. I do believe this is a high-ace van, I think. It just says Ocean Gear. That's what this thing is called, Ocean Gear. I don't know if it says on the base what it actually is. Oh, it's a 40 Kano van. Oh. Huh. Samsonite. I was way off. This one also has very good suspension on it. It just says Ocean Gear. Surf Scuba Wake. Honolulu, Hawaii. Very, very cool. I wonder if that's licensed or something, maybe. Doesn't look like there's a registered trademark, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I like the white base on it. The van might be a little bit small. I certainly don't recognize the van. That might be maybe not necessarily a U.S. market van, maybe. All right, next one up, number 25 of 50. It just says Trailblazer, but of course you know that's your Jeep. Good old Jeepy. There is the Jeep. This is similar to the Matchbox one, but this is an original casting. But they basically designed it the same way. This does have a removable top. Pop it off, there you go. There's your top, your drop top. The windshield is just one piece with the casting versus the one the Matchbox did. It was a separate piece that was added on. It was fixed, but it was added on. Ford GP. That's not even a Jeep. What? No way. Ford GP. Blasphemy. Blasphemy. It's a Jeep. I don't care what nobody says. It's a Jeep to me. All right, number 2650 Hummer. Hummer H1, the original Hummer H1. The wagon version. With, of course, the soft top on the back. I guess it's not the wagon. I guess the wagon had the doors in the back, but full soft top on there. Says Tonka on it. Hummer all-terrain vehicle. And then just a gray base on there. Commando Humvee. Very, very cool. I really like Maisto's Hummer. I think they did a great job. Very, very cool. It's way cooler when there's like military deco on it, though. Just saying, the military decals are way, way cooler. 2750, keeping it rolling. Rumbling dump. Kind of sounds like you got to run to the bathroom. I got a rumbling dump. This one is a pretty decent deco. I kind of like the stepped deco on the side. Looks kind of cool. A little bit of print on the cab. Says Rumbling Dump Company. Rumbling Dump Company on the back as well. Of course, it does dump, as you'd expect. Maisto was always very, very good at giving moving features, which really gave value, even though the castings themselves were extremely cheap. All right, second helicopter in the mix. I think this is the only other helicopter. Number 2850, the Police Ranger. This one might be licensed, potentially. Nope. Just says Tonka and Hasbro. This is a really, really good casting, though. Looks very, very good. Looks very realistic. Deputy Drive, it says. Very, very interesting. The tail rudder on there, and of course the basic spinner on the top. Red window, no interior. But it's a good looking helicopter. That's very realistic, very cool looking. So I'll dig it. Air 16, air unit number 16. We'll just get that out of here because it's helicopter. You guys like helicopters, I apologize. All right, Sportsman Camper, a trailer in the mix, 2950. And as you can see, everything we've gone through so far, there are exactly zero trailer hitches. So hopefully we will find at least one trailer hitch as we move forward. For number 29 of 50, there is your Sportsman trailer. It's kind of cool. It says Camp 200 on the top. The base is plastic, or I'm sorry, metal. The top is plastic. Kind of a hook assembly. This kind of looks like an old school camper, you know? It's got that old school camper vibe to it. Not like super old school, like maybe late 70s, early to mid 80s. Kind of like that vibe. I actually kind of like it. I actually think it looks pretty cool. So we'll put that guy right there. Let's see if we actually get a tow hitch somewhere eventually. All right, 30 of 50 rolling through Auto Club Tow. This is the F-150 Baja truck casting. This is probably my favorite Maisto. No, this is my second favorite Maisto casting of all time. Because the Suzuki Samurai they do is just the coolest casting of all time. This is my second favorite casting, though. They have used this casting a bazillions of times. Mega suspension on this truck. Love it. They still make this casting to this day. They've made this casting for close to 30 years, which is just absolutely bonkers to think about. It does have one little moving feature in the back. There's no hitch or anything like that. This wasn't designed to be a tow truck. They just kind of made it work. Tonka Auto Club on the side, tow service, call tow service, all that good stuff like that. There is the base deets. I think it looks good. I really do like that casting a lot. It's definitely one of my favorites, second favorite of all time. 31 of 50, just the regular tractor. So exactly same casting with the same deco. Actually, I think the other tractor was number... So the other tractor... Oops, let me get that out of there. The other tractor was number 6, and this one's number 7. But they're the exact same casting. This one just happens to have the canopy over the top. And it doesn't have the front scoop. You can see the little metal part, or I'm sorry, the little black plastic in there. That's where the bar would go across that had the scoop attachment on there. So they just use that to modify the casting. Same thing that Oursel would do with theirs. Looks good though. Kind of cool to just get a regular tractor in there. Not always one with the big huge plow on the front. We'll just kind of stick that guy off to the side because he's a biggin. He's a biggin. All right, this one is very interesting. Number 32 of 50. So there is our Cable Vision bucket. Just basically a work vehicle called Cable Vision bucket. So this particular one has a little bit of plastic degradation in there. See the plastic's kind of getting weird colored. Not a big deal. Just clean that up. It's no big deal. This one is a crane truck, as you'd expect. It does have the crane that goes up, and it does have a one-stage boom. And then there's a bucket at the top, which is very, very cool. The bucket does snap into the front of it. Maybe. I guess not. It looks like it snaps into it, but it's just in there. It looks good. It doesn't rotate 360 though. It's just up and down. That's all you get. But it's good enough. It uses the same cab as all the other kind of cab over things that we looked at somewhere around here. But it's the same exact front cab. Looks kind of good. It says, what is that? It says Lloyd Vision, fiber optic repair. Lloyd Vision. I wonder if that's a play on Cable Guy. It's a Cable Guy. Now that one actually has a wheel variation. Yes, there was a wheel variation. There's actually, I think I have 2 or 3 wheel variations in total in this set. As you can see, these wheels are absolutely terrible. I mean, Maisto was starting to move to just horrifically terrible wheels. They have the worst basic wheels in the entire diecast world to this day, because they just use these crappy looking wheels with just tons of chrome on them, and they just look horrific. Like, these wheels were so good, those wheels were so good, but these wheels are junk, and you can see how terrible this looks by comparo to that other bucket truck, but it does exactly the same. Just a wheel variation. That's it. That's it. Number 33, very, very cool version right here, Dodge Dakota. One of the only brands to make a Dodge Dakota in this 3-inch scale. We'll just start calling it 3-inch scale, because it's definitely not 1/64 scale. This guy also has super suspension on there. So just the regular cab, regular bed, old school Dodge logo on there. Super, super cool. Blue with the white stripes. Super iconic for the 90s, especially when you're talking Dodge. It looks like an oversized Viper. That's what it makes it look like. Super cool. Super digging it. I just like it so much. I just like it so much. It's just cool that they did the Dakota. It's just cool that they did the Dakota, and it just looks good. It just looks really, really good. All right. Number 34 of 50, yes, another trailer, and yet still no trailer hitches to tow the trailers. So our police launch boat, it does have, of course, the trailer with the police launch in there. We'll back this out. Should go backwards. Might have to get a little bit creative. There we go. We'll just cheat and pull it out. There is the basic trailer. The gray is metal. The blue is plastic. Nothing fancy with that. Really what you're talking about here is the boat. Says police launch on there. Looks like unit number 12. It says C12. Made in China. Big old... Oh, there we go. Good. Gone. Now we don't know where it was made from. All right. A little bit of print in the back. Looks good. I actually like the deco on this. It's not supposed to really be a police boat. This is more supposed to be like a fishing boat. That's what it was originally designed for. But you can throw whatever deco on there you want. But you can still roll it around like it is one. And then this just slides in the trailer. Has these little hook thingies that will hold on to it, so to speak. Let's see here. Get those kind of centered up a little bit. It's good enough. I guess we'll just... There we go. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to sit. Here we go. So there's the trailer. We'll throw the trailer up there. We still don't have a model with a tow hitch on it, though, which is kind of weird. Number 35 of 50, get down there. Fire engine. This is, of course, a Matchbox casting, if you recognize it for sure. I think this casting may have actually gone to Maisto. I don't think that they necessarily ripped it off, but they certainly could have. They probably did. Matchbox released a ton of versions of this one. Just says fire department on the side. Engine 2, I think. It's pretty straightforward. It does have the ladder that comes up. It does rotate, which is really, really nice. And then one stage of extension. So, very, very cool. Just like the Matchbox one did. So, we'll put that down there. Very, very cool. Nothing particular on the base deets. But pretty straightforward for a fire truck. And put the fire truck up there. Alright, Locksmith van. We'll see which one this is. I think this one's just a regular Transit. 36 of 50 for the Locksmith van. See if this one says. This is the Volkswagen Caravelle. You can see this one's got that plastic degradation on there as well. Let's run it through the gambit, clean that up, no big deal. There is the Locksmith details, max security on there. Lockout services, security alarms, theft recovery, and keys. That's cool. It's a Volkswagen, that's pretty cool. Ridiculously big bumper in the back. It's kind of weird. It's okay. You know, this is, Maisto made a lot of different castings back then, and, they were just using whatever they could for Tonka, which was fine. All right, 37 of 50, your fertilizer van. Yes, because that looks exactly like a van. It's exactly a van. When I think of van, I think of exactly that. Something with a completely open back end with holes in the side. That's a van. That's a van. There is our stake bed truck. It says free delivery, super grown fertilizer. It's a matte finish for the brown, which I think looks kind of cool. I believe this is just a generic casting. It's a right-hand drive though, which is interesting. Interesting that it's right-hand drive. But just a stake bed. It doesn't tilt, go back, do nothing like that. It's just fixed. So we'll put this here. We're just going to keep filling it up. This one also has that same wheel variation with that same ugly wheel. Crack this one open. There is the Dietz. It looks terrible. Looks terrible. Like this one, very, very good with those wheels. The one on the bottom, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. Maisto stuff would be so much better if they get rid of those ugly, ugly wheels. Just saying. All right, this is the last one that we have a wheel variation on. This is your City Recycler. Of course, looks exactly like the Matchbox one. The Collectomatic for number 38. Again, a little bit of that plastic degradation. It's no big deal. Better than it being metal. So it says hydraulic damp something or other on the side HDC. But you move this back. Just like the Matchbox one, it does exactly the same thing. There is the piece inside. It just moves back and forth. So very, very cool. Details on the front, just does not say Collectomatic on the top. But it's okay. I like the wheels. The wheels look pretty good. Now the wheels on this one are absolutely terrible. It's the same wheel. So these probably came in the same case assortment. They probably ran out of some wheels and they just threw whatever wheels on there they had going, and it just looked terrible. But that one is just not good with the bling wheels on there. All right, Tonka Tanker number 39. We're getting there. We're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. Not too much chrome in this set. Actually, there's pretty much no chrome, but we get full chrome on this tank, which is really, really nice. Gasco USA, nothing particularly fancy on it. Generic casting, just as gas tanker. Looks pretty good. They use this casting for a pipe truck as well. I think we do have a pipe truck in this mix as well, so we'll take a look at that. Keeping it rolling with our quarry dump. Again, another casting based on Hot Wheels for number 40 of 50. Exactly the same basic details as the Hot Wheels one, although the Hot Wheels one is way better quality. But this one dumps pretty good. Dump is plastic. I liked these wheels. Still two-piece wheels, but just big, huge tires on it. Looks good. Tonka on the top. No other prints or anything like that on there. It looks good, though. I do like those wheels. I think those wheels look... The dump truck wheels are actually pretty cool. All right, number 41 of 50, the actual Ford pickup. Just the regular Ford pickup. So no attachments to it. No nothing with it. Just your Ford pickup. This is what it typically came with. The net in the back, spare tire, KC lights, all that good stuff like that. Push guard in the front. This one has a gray base. Of course, super suspension. Digging it. Love it. I love this casting so much. Oh, it's so good. Such a good casting. I really, really like this casting a lot. It's so cool. Details on the side, pretty straightforward. It's kind of racing style. Black and red looks pretty good. Throw that there. I lied. There's another helicopter in the mix. All right, number 42 of 50, there is the pipe truck, which utilizes the same basic cab as that tanker. It just has a separate piece on the back, and yes, those pipes are removable. So you can take those pipes off, and you can take these pipes, and you can connect them together. Well, you used to be able to. I guess these ones, the Maisto ones you could connect together, but that's actually pretty cool. I remember being a kid way back in the day, and I used to take the Maisto one and used to actually dig little tiny what are they called? Trenches, there we go, in the ground and lay all the pipe like I was doing actual construction. It was fun. It was fun being a kid back then. Number 43 of 50, we're almost there. Traffic Equipment Truck. This is your international. So this is not based on the Matchbox casting. This is original casting. But Matchbox also made one that's similar to this. Although Matchboxes looked way better. There you go. Equipment truck made in China. I don't think this one's actually licensed, but it's 100% international. Definitely. Unit number 5 has a traffic light on there, which looks kind of cool. It's not bad. It's all metal on the yellow part, so it's actually a relatively heavy casting, which is good. There is the last helicopter for sure. Number 44 of 50. This is your Newscopter. I thought for sure we were done with the helichoppers, but we had another one. This is for news channel number 6. Just use news 6 on the side. It does have the same quad rotors, so that one actually works way better. The quality of this one is significantly better. It's a pretty common designed helicopter. I mean, everybody was making helicopters that looked exactly like this back in the day. So put that guy up there and get the helicopter out of here. 45 of 50, just your regular Super Duty F350 Super Duty. This is a little bit of a bigger casting. It's not huge, but it's definitely bigger. Now, this casting did come with a tow hitch, but of course there's no tow hitch on this. Again, we still have yet to have a tow hitch. So F350 Super Duty, very cool casting. I think it's pretty cool. I like the fact that it's a long bed with a regular cab. A very interesting choice. They use this casting a lot for the farm stuff. Tons of stuff for the farm stuff. I think they still use this casting to this day in those Heartland haulers. So you can still get that casting to this day, which is kind of weird. Fire support vehicle for number 46. Again, using the same kind of sort of design for the cab over section. This one has a proprietary section in the back, which has got a lot of extra little prints on it. Looks good. Not too bad. And it just says fire department on the side. Unit number, or engine number 2. I think that was engine number 2 also. So I guess they're not from the same fire department. So we'll put that guy right there. No, you can't even see him. So you just can't even see him. 47 of 50, the good old Ford Explorer. The good old regular first generation Ford Explorer. Yes, the first generation Ford Exploder. This one is in kind of a bluish purple color. It says Tonka on the side. Maisto has made some really good versions of this particular casting, some very good decos. But does have super suspension on there. Ford Explorer on the base. Again, no tow hitch. No tow hitch. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. But it's not too shabby. Not too shabby. So let's put that one. We'll just start stacking them, I guess. Ah, licensed deco, finally. Look at that, licensed deco. Mountain Dew delivery, not actually called Mountain Dew delivery. Number 48 of 50. Again, uses a familiar cab over style, but does have a very nice proprietary back section. A super old school style of delivering soda in glass bottles, in trays. All the little decos on there that say Mountain Dew. Of course, Tonka's got to throw their name on there, because of course they do. But it's okay. It's okay. It's pretty cool. I like Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is pretty tasty. It's pretty tasty. Oh, look at that. Yet another version of that truck. This one for a Forest Ranger for number 49 of 50. Very cool. Always take another version of this particular truck. This one has a apparatus in the back with a ladder. It doesn't rotate or do anything. It just does that. Just up and down. But this casting still does have super suspension. Very cool. Nothing particularly fancy on the side. I don't like when they do fire equipment for forests and they put flames on it. That's dumb. It's dumb. I don't like that. Even though it's kind of aimed towards kids, it's still dumb. It's still dumb. Don't do that. Don't do that. Forest Rangers don't need flames on their vehicles. All right, number 50 of 50. We've made it all the way here. I know it's been a ridiculously long video. Daimler Tour Bus. Yes, that's an actual licensed Daimler bus. Let's get this cracked open. I don't think I have any of these buses from Maisto at all. There it is. Sightseeing tours on the side. Tonka sightseeing tours, of course. Number 35. Double deck, it says. Interesting. Kind of open in the back. Kind of an interesting design. It's a little bit small. But it's okay. I'm not a fan, but it's okay. It's okay. It's definitely an older double-decker bus for sure. Not meant to be modern double-decker. Now, I did mention we have a chase piece. There is the chase piece. It is number 1 or 51 vehicles. It says number 51 vehicles. So why not just say 51? Just say 51. Why put vehicles on there? Collector Search Big Mike. There is the chase piece. Yes, I know it's probably not the most exciting thing you've ever seen, but this is a pretty cool snowplow. It's a pretty cool snowplow. And in case you were wondering, this is not rare at all. It's actually a pretty common piece. So international snowplow truck, international actual licensed snowplow truck. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. One of the cooler snowplow trucks in the biz as well. Plow is big, huge, does its job. It's right down to the ground. Rotates back and forth, which is pretty cool. And then just says Tonka Snow Patrol. Nothing particularly fancy. So we'll put our chase piece right there on the top. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is Tonka Series number 1. Again, there are 6 series. Series 1, 2, 3, and 4, I believe, are all 50 cars. Series number 5 is 25. Series number 6 is also 25. I have never physically seen Series 6 in person, but Series 6 does exist. But there you go. That is Series 1. So drop a comment. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about that cool, different stuff that we'd love to bring to the channel every once in a while. And keeping it fresh, old school style. Catch you next time here at Level M. Peace!